what is included if we decide to work together. So again, at a very high level, I've gotten access to $1 million. I can't even say it with a straight face. I've gotten access to $1 million of business funding without ever providing a tax return or a bank statement. So essentially, we've taken all that information, all that data, and I got access to that funding over the last 4 or 5 years. Use that information, bottled it up, put it into our funding master sheet in our inner circle, and you're going to work with a custom manager that's working on your file, client success manager in a way. So it's sort of a blend of a service and a done for you, but in addition, you have access to all the information. So you sort of like are learning what we're doing along the way. Not only will you get access to a client success manager that's going to work on your file, we're going to remove all your inquiries. We're going to actively work on, if you have late payments, collections, derogatories, we can work on those as well. In addition, you get access to a community. You get access to me once a week. I'm on calls, and it's not even about credit at this point. Like at the time of this recording, we're doing about $200,000 a month that I created from scratch. Now, it's not just my funding acumen that got me here. It's also using virtual assistants, running Facebook ads, creating an online brand. So there's a lot of different elements that got us to $200,000. And like on these calls, they're open calls, open forum, happy to discuss anything at all. So that's just like another huge thing, like to get access to a person like me. Not that I'm just some great guy, but like, hey, if you want to make $50, $100, $200,000 a month, you might want to talk to someone who's done it before, i.e. myself. And if you've done $500,000 a month, I'd love to learn from you. Now, going sort of over a few other things, you also get access to our relationship managers. 3 things with funding. Number 1, we know exactly what your file needs to look like. For example, with Chase, if you have a car loan in the last 6 months, you're going to be in auto decline. But how would you know that if you weren't us and you have tens of thousands of data points? And number 2, we know what the banks need to see. For example, like Wells Fargo, you need to have an account with them for 2 months. Otherwise, you'll be in auto decline. And number 3, we just have the relationship managers. So meaning that if they stop approving our clients, we're going to stop sending them files, and they need our files to survive. So yeah, that's sort of what's included. Again, like I said, access to relationship managers, access to all the funding documents, access to the community of individuals, access to me, weekly calls. In addition, you go through our program, you're like, oh, that was pretty sweet. You can then become an affiliate. You can then start to send us files and pay you, 20% of every single deal. You also get, all the information on credit. It's really all here. There's hours and hours and hours and hours of information. There's also the credit power up. Really everything I know is put in these videos. So that's really what's included, and it's value packed.